When the world was shut in COVID, we witnessed the common man turn into heroes. We had heartwarming stories of humanitarian work from across the world, from people donating masks and sanitizers to the needy and giving them food packets. We saw many heroes emerge in the toughest times. Today, we are here with one such woman. We are with Mrs. Paramjeet Wahan, also known as Tippy Wahan, an extraordinary woman who stepped up against the toughest times to help out the ones in need. Mrs. Wahan started distributing food and lunch packets to the people who were quarantined in their houses due to being infected by the coronavirus. She home delivered food packets and did her bit of being an unsung corona warrior. Under the name of Fingertipps, Mrs. Wahan has distributed food packets to the people who were infected. The idea initiated when her own family members caught the virus. From a house to societies, Mrs. Wahan's generous work spread out quite quickly and people started approaching her for food. So ma'am, how did you get an idea to start this business?
It so happened that in this pandemic, my friends got COVID and the whole family was suffering. So then, as a friend, I just wanted to help them. तो मैं खाना डिलीवर करना शुरू किया उनको and there were quite a few friends जहाँ पर my husband used to go and deliver. तो वहाँ पर then उनकी सोसाइटी में काफ़ी लोगों को कोविड होने लगा. So then they told them to contact me. So they just called me कि you're supplying tiffins और तब तक मैं tiffin नहीं supply कर रही थी. I was just helping them out as a friend. तो मैंने बोला चलो, then we all sat down together and then we thought about it and with my family's help, Fingertipps just took off.
That's great to know. What challenges did you face in your initial days?
Challenges were quite a few. पहले everything was under lockdown. No domestic help was not there. प्लस खाना किधर भी मतलब जैसे हमको खरीदने में प्रॉब्लम हो रही थी. वी हैड टू गो स्टैंड इन क्यूज एंड देन वी यूज्ड टू गेट द फूड एंड देन सैनिटाइज इट एंड देन आई यूज्ड टू डू एवरीथिंग ऑन माय ओन. मतलब कटिंग से लेके कुकिंग से लेके एवरीथिंग वाज विद द हेल्प ऑफ माय किड्स एंड माय हस्बैंड. ही यूज्ड टू डिलीवर and then I had to deliver in disposable containers. That was the biggest challenge. Because the families who are suffering, they've got COVID. So I cannot get the tiffin back.
Right.
I cannot reuse it. So it has to be in disposable. So that was the biggest challenge. Then I got, I got a number. I contacted that person and he was ready to deliver it at home. So that was the biggest, this thing for me, a relief for me.
But as they say, tough times don't last, tough people do. So how do you feel after making such a generous move in the society? And do you aim to continue the same work in the future?
Yes, Fingertipps is continuing and it will help people whether COVID or not. I felt very satisfied and I felt very good because there were at this time of pandemic I was at some help. So there were elderly people whose children were not their children were not here and they were stuck with COVID. There were families, kids, everybody was in COVID. So unko khana bhejna and then they are calling me and giving their blessings. That was the biggest this thing for me. I was very happy, satisfied, though it was a tiring job, but at the end of the day I was really happy that I could help them out at this time where everybody was suffering and this was a big huge pandemic. तो मुझे बहुत 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 अच्छा लगा.
The Wahans have expanded their reach now to provide tiffins from college going students to old people who are unable to cook and everyone in between. Mrs. Wahan also received extended support from her husband and daughters in a campaign to distribute food. We are all aware of this famous quote, आपदा को अवसर में बदल देना. This quote by our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi was picked up by the Wahans as they took this opportunity to face such a problem and come up with an amazing solution. The family has stood firm in their aim and has distributed countless packets of food to people all across Pune city. With camera person Simar Wahan, this was Param Lakhani reporting for Happydent's Dikhao Batti Si Karo Baat Achhi Si campaign in association with News 18. Hashtag Make a Dent.